My Hero Academia has kind of officially ended with kind of few months ago, which everything's like all changed. Midoriya was redeemed quirkless as a kid, and then he becomes a one of the greatest heroes, and has like the most powerful quirk of One for All. But in the end, he gave up One for All within an 8-year time skip. They give him like a new suit of armor, become a hero one second chance. However, this is everything will kind of change of one moment, and that would be what if Deku had a quirk? This will completely like change like the story of My Hero Academia. Instead of Midoriya got One for All, what would happen if Midoriya had his own quirk? But first, we need to go like full explanation between his own parents' quirk. First, his mother, like Ingo Midoriya, and her quirk, she can like attractive smaller objects. And this kind of like no name so because I already checked. I mean, if we really gonna have to play this out, there is a class 1B who, which she also have her quirk similar than her, like, which if I had to guess correctly, it's which is kind of no other class 1B Riku, which her quirk is quite similar than Nezuko's mother with Poltergeist. She can like track like small object and aim like at the target. It's kind of a little bit similar like that. Next one is Hisashi Midoriya. With his quirk, there's no name of it. It's kind of basically a fire breathe quirk, or in short terms, he can breathe fire. Then with this quirk or both of them, it's kind of understand about each of their quirks. Well, we don't have like no intels about Hisashi. He did have a little mention about his name or his quirk, which is kind of very rare, like very rare, throughout the My Hero Academia movie. Which the creator of Horikoshi did say on the interview that he's planning to have Hisashi to be in a scene like in the end of My Hero Academia, which it didn't happen. Which when we don't know what he has been doing. There's some like it says that Hisashi has been working in other seas, which the most people that like that's kind of very popular that Hisashi works in overseas in the U.S., which it actually kind of makes sense. And now with like both of their quirk genes together, there's the most powerful thing that is kind of Midoriya having like his mother's quirk or his father's quirk at the same time. But what would happen if it's like like both of their quirks combined into one for Izuku? I mean, take for example between like Bakugo's parents. Like his father have like some type of like acid sweat, and no, it is not Mina's quirk, which I did check, and it's kind of stated that his like Bakugo like his father's had like an acid sweat and it caused like some type of explosions, and then his mother is Glycerin. I don't know if I got the name right. Which if when I did check, it kind of said like smooth skin like from her own sweat, and this give like Bakugo's explosions, and that is kind of basically it. Like there's like yeah, most of the quirks also have like the quirks between the mother and the father change at the same time. So yeah, but what does have to do with Izuku at the point? Well, it's actually kind of very example. Izuku Midoriya, quirk flames or flame quirk at the same time. Quirk description: flame generation. Izuku can generate flames from his entire body at will, producing intense flame heat and fire. Heat manipulation: he can heat surrounding himself in an area or water to the point of boiling by canceling his own flames into it. And the immunity, um, perpetual immunity to fire, protectively or projectile. If I get the answer wrong. From other fire users like Endeavor or and Shoto. Against experienced or powerful users, his immunity is limited and required carefully defense. The reason I kind of a little bit get this is kind of like between of there was like a manga of Endeavor's mission where Izuku, Bakugo, and Shoto were trying to fight against Endeavor, and this was actually from the Warrior Heroes mission. And Endeavor won't have three of them to like land a hit of him so he can join him of this mission. And he covered himself like flames so they cannot just straight out attack him. Well, yes, Shoto can do that, but he has like a half of flames in him, so it doesn't work like that. And I know what you guys thinking. Flame Quirk of generate his own flames. How would this kind of work? Well, his mother can attract their small objects and bring it towards her, which means she has to like lift up her hand and try to aim that at the target or the object that she needed. And Hisashi, he has fire type quirk. Because believe me, I have a little trouble time to like thinking Midoriya's quirk, which Inko's quirk, which I already checked, which I did check, and it was completely like part of her telekinesis. And Hisashi, well, like I said, like fire type quirk, which means Midoriya can have like fire manipulation. And no, I'm not making him having a like manipulate the environment of like flames, including the user's quirks, which I don't like it, so I don't really want it to do that. So, like in this, the answer that you guys see right here, that Midoriya can like generate his own flames in his entire body. It's kind of similar thing as Endeavor, but different. And this one, well, Midoriya will have like 5 basic moves that he's gonna have until later. I'm gonna like making his like his like basic like attack will be completely like updated. So I'm going with a 5 easy attacks that Midoriya can able to use. The first one is rapid fire. It kind of spamming his own fireball with like amount just left and right at the same time. So it actually it's kind of like a you get the point. Second is shooting fireball. I mean, I have never seen like the other quarries can like shoot fireball. Like, I don't know if I get it right, but I mean, no. I'm honest. I feel like Endeavor can do that. The reason the reason why, because I did play the One Justice 2, and like his special move, like or his move, he can like shoot like 3 giant fireballs. So I think he's not the only one with it. Third is shooting or blasting fires. It just basically just blast flames at the same, just blast flames, and that's it. There's like no question asked. And the fourth one is kind of very easy, like fire breathe, because if Inko have experience of Hisashi quirks, I feel like Midoriya can do that. I mean, there was a flashbacks of Midoriya like lied to Koda that his friend would try to like know that which quirk he's gonna like he has, which it was kind of for him as a kid. And there was a scene where Midoriya tried to like shoot fire in his own mouth, which with him has like that this quirk. I feel like that's actually a very good thing. And besides, this could be like his own move, like his own father. So yeah. And then last one, flying. Now I know what you guys thinking. Flying, wouldn't that be possible? I mean, we did see Endeavor able to fly after he become the #1 hero. Well, believe me, and there's like difference between of Endeavor able to fly and with the standard like fire user power able to fly as well. because we see the scene of Denver like try to like hover and fly, so we actually see him. There's like a little short of flame coming to his own foot, just little, and he was able to propel himself or hovering. So with Midori with the flames, he can like able to fly and able to have the good aerodynamic like good agility of it. So I don't see why not. And then the next one that'll be his own weakness. And believe me, I, and believe me, here's the answer. Weakness, body limitation. Izuku's body is not yet fully adapted to the intense heat of his own flames. Prologically, he can use his own body temperature to rise to dangerous, unstable level, risk of overheating, push it beyond limit, risk several internal heat damage, not external burn, but extreme overheated that can cause physical collapse or heat stroke. I mean, we still see like Shota have like huge trouble time using his own flames, and that was like from his third movie. So yeah, water interaction. Well, he can boil water or something like that by applying heat. He's variable when surrounded by large quantum of water or in a damp environment where his flames are weakened or harder to sustain. Because there was another scene of Midoriya's Dark Hero arc where after Lady Nagan was completely self-destruct by Alpha One, Midoriya didn't have enough time to catch her, but Hawks was able to, and Endeavor was there as well. And Endeavor did state that he cannot move faster due to like the rain happened. So I would say that Midoriya will kind of forcibly try to like break that limit and able to be fine with it. So yeah. And now here's a one answer or question of it, and that would be the personal or his quirk interaction. Because so here's the answer. Quirk like personal shift. Calm based personal like canon. Like canon, Izuku is a neutral, analyze combinations and determined. His core characteristic remind instinct, he thoughtful and heroic kid. And then for his flame trigger anger, using his flame quirk intent an emotional and physical change, physiology change. The harder and more intense his flame becomes, the more angry and serious he grows. This anger isn't reckless rage like Bakugo's explosion temper, it's a forcibly submarine intense that sharpen his resolve and combat instinct. The anger acts as a catalyst, pushing Izuku's power higher, but also collapses self-control. And this is actually a very easy answer of it because fire itself also be so much aggressive. I mean, believe me, Endeavor. I mean, half the Shoto family has like type of like anger due with their fire bursting. So I don't see why not of it works for Izuku. Like in first short note, take it for comparison of Gohan. Gohan is kind of very shy and compassion as a kid, but when like anger happens, it kind of push him further up. So that's kind of basically it of it. And now for the another next one. Let the impact of his quirk use and control. Power versus control balance. When calm, Izuku produce morality flames he can control priceless or princeless. Useful for tactics combat or support when provoked or in danger. Anger feels harder. More powerful flames at the cause of increased risk of overheating and loss of fire and control. Risk of overheating. The more intense anger Izuku gets, the harder his body temperature rises, increasing physically stain and possibility of collapse. This creates like dramatic tense. His emotion state directly affects his quirk power and danger. I would say that he will kind of learn this like through the time skip and alongside enter the UA. So I feel like Midoriya will need to like able to learn how to control his own anger due of his own quirk. But if it does, but knowing about the villains, if they almost like threaten or something other like that, he's gonna be able to lose his own mind and completely lose control. And this situation behavior example, hero to come, when facing an everyday challenge or training, Izuku maintain his usual calm and analyze mindset. His high threat or villain attack, his mood shift towards serious and fiery determined, his fire burns harder, his fighting style become more aggressive but still controlled, as his anger helped him push through danger. In emotional struggle, he must learn to harness tense of shift to avoid losing control and harm himself or others. And I'm not going to explain out the top thing, you cannot really understand. For Samurai Table, this kind of approach is a good core hero and like hero idols and try to like highlight the emotion and physical toll of his own quirk takes. So yeah. And then the last one, and there's only like 5 characters that I for myself will completely change about themselves. The first one is Inko Midoriya. Physically slimmer, no longer stress or guilt riding over Izuku being quirkless, more confident and supportive mom image, less is anxiety about Izuku's future. So, like in canon, Inko has completely stress eaten due with her like guilt of tell Izuku that he cannot be a hero. This kind of like hurt her and completely become weight. And second, Kasuga Bakugo. Friendship and rival with Izuku start from early on. Both train hard for 10 months pre-extra exam, pushing each other to become number one. Like Goku and Vegeta, Izuku aims to be the greatest hero, and Bakugo aims to surpass both All Might and Izuku. Rivalry is competitive, but also respectful view of their growth. I kind of got this idea of Goku and Vegeta. Of Goku wants to get stronger and break his own limit, and Vegeta he wants to surpass Kakarot for himself. So it's actually kind of worked of it. And the third is All Might. Retain One for All, but keep it. Does not pass it to Zuku. Considering for Mira Tagada as successor, but hesitantly wanted to test Mirio's worthy. Continue his hero career with muscular form longer. Because I was and the reason why I put like Mirio Tagada like but he kinda hesitantly I can't like for All Might's case, he witnessed to see Izuku running at towards of the sludge villain and trying to save Bakugo. And while the heroes were kind of busy and don't know what to do, Izuku, as quirkless, was able to rush in, and with the word of like because that's how our heroes do, All Might see him and he becomes like a perfect candidate of One for All. So yeah, so the fourth, which very surprised, Shadow Todoroki. But before you hear me out, intentionally silent hate Zuko after seeing his flame quirk and like see him as like a mini version of Endeavor. This will give him a change in the extra the first test of the UA first day of school. Trains himself his half cold quirk harder to surpass Zuko. Ignore quirk marriage talk during the sports festival due of his restrainment. Attitude soften only later before a hero internship, which he will completely change, so there's like no question. And the last one is Endeavor. I'm gonna be for surprise for Endeavor, his expression will completely change when he sees Izuku in action using his own quirk in the sports festival. This will completely lead to him like redemption arc very early on of like since the fight of season 4. This will completely change of him, and for that he's gonna be like act like a mentor or uncle figure personally trains Zuko with his flame control during his internship. And it's, I mean, believe me, he has a similar thing like Toya. So yeah, so that's how I'm gonna end here, and I'm hoping I'm gonna make a what if story of it. So, peace.